was a lot of hype going into the new Leon Must Die Forever content in Resident Evil 9. I mean, the name alone sets expectations. It sounds brutal, final, like the ultimate test for players who've mastered everything the game throws at them. But after spending real time with it, the experience feels a bit different than expected. At its core, Leon Must Die Forever is essentially a harder version of the main campaign. Enemies hit harder, resources are tighter, and mistakes are punished way more aggressively. On paper, that sounds exactly like what fans want from a high difficulty mode. The problem is, that's kind of all it is. There's a strong sense of déjà vu the entire time. Same enemy placements, same progression, same encounters, just tuned up. If you've already finished the base campaign, you'll recognize almost everything. And instead of feeling like a fresh challenge, it can start to feel like you're just replaying the same journey with heavier penalties. And that's where the disappointment kicks in. Because when a mode is marketed or presented as something intense and new, you expect at least some twists, maybe new enemy behaviors, remixed areas, or unique scenarios that force you to rethink your strategy. But here, most of the tension comes from inflated difficulty rather than new design. That said, it's not all bad. There are moments where this mode genuinely shines. The tighter resource management forces you to think more carefully about every shot. Encounters that were once manageable suddenly become high-stakes situations. Even familiar areas can feel intense again because one wrong move can end your run. And for players who enjoy mastering mechanics, this mode does deliver that sense of pressure. It pushes you to play cleaner, smarter, and more efficiently. When you finally survive a tough section, it actually feels earned. There's also something satisfying about seeing how far you've come as a player. Moments that used to feel chaotic become controlled, at least until the game decides to remind you who's in charge. But even with those strengths, the lack of new content holds it back. After a while, the repetition starts to outweigh the challenge. You're not discovering anything new, you're just enduring a more punishing version of what you already know. And that can make the experience feel kind of flat. Especially for something that sounds as final and intense as Leon Must Die Forever, it needed more identity. Something that sets it apart beyond just numbers being cranked up. In the end, it lands in a weird spot. It's not a bad mode. It does exactly what a high difficulty setting is supposed to do. But it doesn't go far enough to feel like a truly new experience. So, yeah. If you're looking for a challenge, it's there. If you're looking for something fresh, you might walk away a little underwhelmed. And by the time you reach the end, despite all the tension and effort, it still kind of feels boring.